Alright, so last year I made a video featuring these helping hands for soldering, and it did pretty well, that video. Got a lot of interest in that. This is something that I actually purchased with my own money, and I didn't really need like a lot of the other accessories that this company offers. But this company did see my video, and they're called NOEVSBIG. I guess that's NOEVSBIG. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And they're like, hey, would you like to make a video featuring our other accessories? And it's kind of the similar mindset here with this metal plate and these magnetic parts that attach to it. And I just went for the smaller set because this is all I really needed. Obviously, what I'm going to show you here, it's not going to be for everybody, but they obviously have a lot of other accessories that could potentially be helpful to you. And for me, I enjoy these little parts for holding the wires and stuff that I do for my soldering. I'll link this video in case you want to watch that whole thing, because I'm not going to cover this part again. But basically, very simple. Attaches the plate and has a spring there so you can clamp down on your wires. But now I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of this box. This is a huge box. It weighs about, 8 pounds. There's a lot of stuff in here. So here's just a little photo, little product guide that came in the box, and quickly kind of shows you everything that comes in here. It just comes with a lot. So I'm going to show you everything, of course. But I think it's a magnifying lens with a lamp, which is going to be kind of nice if you need extra lighting. And of course, just come with those extra little mini clamps that I showed you from the ones that I purchased before, as well as some larger, like a vise, and some more traditional alligator clips. But yeah, here's everything that comes in the package listed here. If you want to pause the video, and I will go ahead and get everything out and show you what everything looks like. Alright, so I got everything out of the box and out of the packaging. There's a lot of components in this particular kit. Now, they do have some other kits available, so if you're kind of looking for something a little bit different, let me know in the comments, and maybe I can guide you into the correct one that might fit your needs. This is sort of the deluxe kit that kind of has a bit of everything, but doesn't have everything that this company offers, so just keep that in mind. So in this particular kit, this one does not have a carrying case, it has a lot of stuff. Kind of wish it did come with a carrying case, would be nice. Some of the other smaller sets do come with a carrying case for their different parts, but this one doesn't. So just something to keep in mind. You're gonna get this nice metal magnet. This is like the plate that all the magnets are going to attach to, but the little rubber feet are not attached out of the box. They do include those, so that's here. You just put them underneath. I also get some extra rubber pieces here for the vise. I'll show you that here in a second. So let's go ahead and start attaching stuff. So there's the metal plate. You get of course, 2 of these mini clamps that are magnetic. These are the ones that were from the other ones I showed you in the previous video. So they just attach to the plate as such. You get a bunch of these flexible arms in different styles. So you get a magnetic base here. So you get 2 of these, as you can see. And then you get 3 of these alligator clips. So these are they just screw in here. So they provide this in a set of 3. And you get the alligator clip and this little thumb screw to hold it in. That's a spare. And they only get 2 of these flexible arms. So basically you can tie this in here and then use this as an alligator clip. And then there's some heat shrink on the end here, not silicone on these. So you get 2 of these, and these are kind of, they kind of hold their shape. So you can kind of make any shape you want, and it'll just hold its shape. So it's kind of nice, but they're a bit on the longer side for what I need. So that's why I didn't get this one. I like the shorter, smaller ones better, but yeah, just go ahead and stick it on there. And then you get the second one, and a lot of this stuff's gonna take up a lot of space, so I'll stick that on there as well. And then you get a couple more of these, I'm not sure, magic arms. These are like mini magic arms. So basically it has two different hinge points here with, I guess, a ball socket here. So obviously it's loose, and then you're going to use this thumb screw here to tighten it down to hold its shape. And then it's got, again, the magnetic base here, and then you got your alligator clip on the end. But these come with little silicone covers. So I'm not sure why the other ones come with heat shrink. This is just heat shrink, which you can replace. I actually prefer the silicone ones better. That's what the little mini ones with the springs come with, the silicone covers. I personally like that better. So I'm not sure why they come in two different types, but you get two of these, again, these mini magic arms with the adjustable two different angles. So in my case here, I'm just gonna do this so it doesn't take up a lot of space on this little metal board here. Now, comparing size-wise to the little mini one, it's quite a bit bigger, but with all these accessories, I'm not sure if you can use them all at once, but it would be nice to have a little bit bigger space. But I just go ahead, stick that on here, and same thing here. Let's go ahead and I'll set an angle to this, tighten it down. All right, stick that on. And then we got even two smaller flexible arms here with smaller magnets. So again, this will give you a little bit of an angle here. And again, these alligator clips come with silicone, as you can see. But these, because it's so short here, doesn't really hold its shape that well. You can see it just kind of pops up. So they mainly just to kind of sit up at an angle like this, which is what I'm going to do is I'll stick them up here, like so. But for your smaller wires, it should be okay, although it doesn't take a lot of force to move them. But the magnets are very strong on all of these, so they won't pop off if you're like soldering, and like if you hit it or something, it's not going to fall over. Although the angle may change, so you can see that as I hit it, it does change the angle, but it does stay in place. So for the smaller wires, it should be okay, but probably for the bigger ones, I would go with the other flexible arms, like maybe the magic arm for the bigger wires that are heavier. And then for your really giant sized wires, or some of the things that need clamping, there's this giant magic arm here. Again, this is a lot heavier, so it comes with a really big magnet on the bottom, and just come with this adjustable angle here. Not as much in this direction, it's mainly for this direction here. You get two different angles, and then you got also a ball socket on top, so you can adjust this angle of this. And you got your nice big clamp here, this adjustment here. So this one, again, very flexible and highly adjustable for the angle that you want to make. All right, let's go ahead and stick it on here. All this stuff's taking up a lot of space now. And we have a giant vise here, and those are those silicone pads here, gripping something really heavy. And again, if you have something really heavy, then this magnetic base, metal base, needs to be also pretty heavy. I'm not sure how much weight it'll take before it'll tip over, but this is quite heavy. I think you put it in the middle, should be good for holding down something that's quite large and heavy. And again, it's got a larger magnet on the bottom. Stick that on. So this is interesting. This is a soldering iron holder. So I guess this is a magnetic base. You can adjust the angle where you put your soldering iron in, and it just sticks down in here like so. Last but not least is this very large 5x magnifying lens with a lamp. It is USB powered, and it does include a USB adapter for power here. It's 5 volts and 2 amps. All right, just gonna test it out here. And you see the magnifying lens here. Let's put something. So there's the little demo of the magnifying lens. So here's a battery with a bunch of words on there. Not really that readable. Then we'll slide it over, and you see it kind of brings everything into focus a little bit larger. And here's a circuit board. Let's go ahead and see how that looks magnified. All right, let's go ahead and power it on. So yeah, that's a little bit of a glare there. It doesn't really come out on camera that well, but it looks more magnified in to the naked eye compared to just looking at it off to the side here. It's hard to demo the magnifying effect, but it's definitely a lot larger to the naked eye. And let's adjust the brightness. So definitely can make it a lot brighter. And I think, yeah, if you pull it further away, yeah, it doesn't really come out that well. It's hard to demonstrate this on camera. In terms of the magnifying effect, if I pull it further away from the magnifying lens, it does look like it's a lot larger, at least to my eyes, compared to just closer. Also, the light works better a little bit further away. So yeah, it's really not coming out well on camera at all here. And it's like this button here changes the color temperature. So if you prefer a warmer light versus a cooler light, you can adjust the color temperature with this light button right here. Pretty nice. And let's go ahead and stick it on the metal pad. Wow, that's super strong. And you can see with all this stuff attached, I can adjust the angle of the magnifying lens without it pulling off of the metal plate there. Yeah, so basically, let's see if I can lift up everything here with just to show you how strong the magnets are. I'm lifting up the entire plate. That's probably like 8 to 10 pounds of stuff right off there. So it's not going to pull off that easily. And basically, if I grab with two magnets here with all the stuff attached, easily lift up everything, no problem. So just to demonstrate how strong those magnets are. All right, so that's going to conclude my video here on the NOEVSBIG Deluxe Helping Hands kit. And again, if you're interested in different types of sets or different accessories, let me know what your requirements are and I'll try and steer you in the right direction. But I'll link this particular one down in the video description. Kind of has a sort of the best of everything that they offer. And there might be a discount code in the description along with the link to the product. And sometimes those things change along with the date, so check if there's a discount code down there, and also all the expiration dates as well. But again, this is not something that I would recommend for everybody because obviously you're not going to need everything here. But for me, like I just want the two smaller mini clamps. That's good enough for me. But if your soldering needs are a little bit more sophisticated than mine, then this is a pretty nice set to look into. I'll put a link again down in the description if you guys want to check it out. That'll do it for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.